In this video, we are going to start our plans to put in a small vineyard so we can start making about 5 to 10 gallons of wine a year. How's that sound? If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's Ray, and I've got a backyard that I'm going to start gardening. I'm going to throw in a vineyard, man, so I can start making some wine. Now, I bought this house, I don't know, about 8 years ago or so. And when I bought it, one of the initial thoughts I had was that, you know what, I've got this really nice south-facing slope. Now, I'm in San Diego, California, which is pretty warm, right? So I've got a southwest-facing slope, which gets a lot of sun. So one of the first thoughts I had was, you know what, I should throw some grapevines up there and start making some wine. So I actually did throw some up there. So I put some vines up there, but my irrigation wasn't really that good, and a lot of them they weren't doing so great. And then I decided, got sidetracked on some other plans, so I tried to rip a lot of them out. But I tell you, I've got some grapes actually up there producing. Oh man, I tasted them the other day. Oh, we are revisiting the whole vineyard program. So I'm going to show you a couple of the grapes I have going. We're going to taste them, and then we are going to talk about laying out a possible vineyard so we can start making some wine. So we're up on a part of my hill, and check this out. So here, just a little grape that I pulled off this vine over here. Oh man, dude, this is like the best grape I've ever had in my life. Dude, it's a wine grape. It's a Zinfandel grape. Oh man, the berry flavor just punches you. It's got so much berry flavor. Oh God, this is so good. So this is what convinced me that I have to do this again. I absolutely have to do this. So anyway, I put like this tomatoes thing set up here, right? So I put up a trellis and put in lots of tomatoes and put them on my irrigation line. But one thing is, as I was doing a lot of these new projects, I was tearing out my grapevines. But this one I didn't tear out. It was just kind of running all over the ground like crazy, right? So I've got this grapevine. So what I'm going to do is I am going to basically cut this one back, and I'm going to take I'm going to basically clone it. I'm going to turn it into a bunch of different vines, and we are going to grow some more grapes. I'm going to tell you the challenge that I had with my other grapes. I had an irrigation challenge, but I had another one too. But check this out. This vine it's kind of hard to see because it's all in my tomatoes, but man, it's a mess. It's a mess, but there's tons of wood on it. There's tons of there's some fruiting wood, of course, and then there's, some 1-2 year old wood. So I think we can cut this up, and I think we can just build a vineyard off this thing. And I've also got another vine. Let me show you that one. All right, so check it out. Over here, I built this little planter. If you haven't seen my videos before, basically what I do is, since I'm on a slope and I try to keep the water from all draining off, I build these small planters to kind of try to have a little bit of level ground. Anyway, I had some vines here, and I tried to tear them out, but as you can see, vines are kind of hard to get rid of sometimes. So this one's actually a really nice vine. So this one, look how tall this one thing grew. This probably grew, I don't know, it's probably 3.5 feet or so. So I think what I'm going to do is I put a stake here. I'm going to stake this one up. This is going to be one of my vines that I just start growing. I got another one right here because it came out from the base, right? So what I'm going to do is, this tree didn't make it. It was like a fruit tree that you pre-order, a bare root tree. It just didn't make it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this back to an area where I'm going to have some grapevines. And I'll probably bump another avocado tree next to my other reed avocado. But check this out, I've got some more vines too. So this is where I put in a Frantoio olive tree. And check this out. So I had grapevines there too, right? But of course, I couldn't get rid of them. They're just popping back up. So I've got, look, all these grapevines. So I think this will actually also work for good stock as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I need to calculate how many I need. And then what I'm going to do is, you can kind of see my hill a little bit. I've got like a tangelo tree. I've got a couple olive trees and things. Because we have kind of like a warm Mediterranean climate here. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out how many of these things we're going to need to plant so we can get it started so we can make 5 to 10 gallons of wine, man. All right, we're back on the patio. I'm drinking this is from the Roblar. I'm just finishing up the bottle. Roblar up in Santa Ynez. It's the Potting Shed White. Actually really good, man. So it's like a white blend. But we're going to grow Zen because that's what I've got up there. And one reason why I chose Zen is that Zen has a lot of different characteristics and different flavors depending on where you grow it. So I think that no matter how it comes out, whether it's, a little spicy, a little fruity, I'm going to like it, right? Because Zen, it's a pretty wide range of what's acceptable for Zen, let's say. So I've got my Zen grapes. I'll tell you what, here's what a cluster of my Zim grapes look like. So it's really, really interesting, very tight packed grapes. But anyway, let's talk about getting this thing started. So here's what we're gonna do. So again, I had grapes growing. I had to tear them out to put some other things in because a lot of my watering wasn't good. So the whole thing has been all re-irrigated. So I'm pretty well set up there. So what we're gonna do is we are going to split all those vines. We're gonna split them into the number of vines we need, hopefully. Hopefully we'll get pretty close. If we need to buy a couple, we can, but, and we're gonna focus mostly on Zin. I think we might have a Merlot vine up there too. So we're just gonna throw it in. It's gonna be the house wine, right? So here's what we're gonna need to do. So first I need to find out how many grapes I need, or grapevines I need to plant, right? So I figure that I looked up on the interweb. The interweb says that for 1 gallon of wine, you need about 15 pounds of grapes. Okay, so if I need 15 pounds of grapes per gallon, I'm going to go back to aging in oak. So I've made wine before, and I actually, dude, I went all out. I bought a destemmer, I bought a huge press, and I had 2 20-gallon oak barrels that I made a Petite Syrah and a Cab. Petite Syrah was awesome. Cab was, but whatever. So I got rid of all that stuff. So I'm going to have to get some more of that stuff again. But we're going to go a little bit smaller this time. We're going to try not to go too crazy. So what we're going to do is we're going to do between 5 and 10 gallons. We're going to shoot for 10, but we're going to try to get a solid 5. That way we can at least have 5 gallons in an oak container, right? An oak barrel. So we're going to go 15 pounds per gallon. So first let's figure out times 5 gallons. So that means I'm going to need 75 pounds of grapes. Okay. So 75 pounds of grapes. I think I can get about 5 pounds off per vine. Maybe a little bit more, but I'm going to figure 5 pounds as a starting point. So that's going to bring me back down to 15 vines. So to get 5 gallons, I'm going to figure I need to get 15 vines going. I'd like to get 10 gallons. So that would be 15 to 30. So we're going to shoot. I tell you what, we're gonna try to do 25 vines. How about that? So one challenge that I'm gonna have up there is I've already got some stuff planted. So I'm not gonna trellis them. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go old world style Zen, man. So we're gonna head prune them. So I think what we're gonna do is I am going to take cuttings from those plants. I'm gonna get them going, and then we're gonna establish those, and so we're going to shoot for 25 vines. Man, I don't know if I think I can fit 25 vines up there. I mean, one nice thing about it is if I head prune them, I won't have to have necessarily a pretty trellis line. So I think I can get them up there. I think I can get them up there. So we're going to go for 25 vines. So I tell you what, if you want to follow this project, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Probably right now it's August, so we're kind of at harvest right now. So probably, I don't know, another couple months I'll be cutting the vines and propagating them. I've kind of done it before and it worked, so we're gonna do it again. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in that next video.